Hello friends, welcome back to day 4 of my daily transformation journey. If you've been following me since day 1, you already know what this is about. No fancy gyms, no heavy equipment, no perfect editing. Just me, showing my raw, real progress every single day. The reason I'm doing this is simple. I want to prove that you don't need big budgets or expensive memberships to take care of yourself. What you need is consistency and discipline. Even if you improve just 1% each day, trust me, that adds up to something powerful in the long run. Now, like always, I began my session with a full body warm-up. For me, this is one of the most important parts of the workout. I go step by step, starting from the neck, shoulders, arms, back, waist, knees, and legs, about 10 reps in each position. Why do I focus so much on warming up? Because it's more than just a routine. It helps stretch the muscles and wake up the joints. It prepares the body for movement, reducing the chance of injury. And honestly, it also prepares the mind. By the end of the warm-up, my body feels lighter, my energy starts flowing, and I'm ready to give my best in the main workout. If you're starting after a long gap like me, I can't stress this enough. Never skip warm-ups. It's like telling your body, we're ready now. Let's move. Even the simplest stretches can make a huge difference in how your workout feels and how fast you recover after it. So, this was my warm-up for day 4. Simple, effective, and the perfect start before getting into the real training. After warming up, I went into 50 reps of butterfly jumps. Now, something I realized today is that this exercise feels like a reset button for my body. The moment I start, my breathing changes, my body heats up, and I can literally feel my energy level rise. By the time I hit 40 reps, my legs feel heavy, but I also notice my mind becoming sharper. What's interesting is how much this simple move affects my mood. I was feeling a little low before starting today's workout, but after these jumps, I felt lighter, more active, and honestly more positive. It's like all the stress gets shaken out of the body with every rep. Another thing I want to point out, butterfly jumps are amazing for coordination. You're moving your hands and feet together, and that trains your brain too, not just your muscles. It's a full-body exercise that improves stamina, balance, and mental focus. And here's the best part. You don't need any space or equipment. If you have just a corner in your room, you can do them. Even if you can't do 50 like me right now, start with 10 or 15. Slowly, you'll build up. For my first biceps exercise, I went with double bicep curls. Now, this is one of the most basic, but also one of the most powerful moves for building arm strength. When I lift both dumbbells together, I feel the tension in my biceps straight away. The key here isn't speed, it's control. I try to keep my elbows locked in one place and focus on squeezing the muscle at the top of every curl. That squeeze is where the real growth happens, even in just 30 seconds. Next, I did wrist times hammer curls. This one is a little different from the standard bicep curl because instead of turning the palms upward, I keep them facing each other, like I'm holding a hammer. The reason I love this exercise is because it doesn't just hit the main bicep muscle. It also works the forearms. That means stronger grip, stronger arms, and a more balanced shape. In just 30 seconds, I can feel the tension traveling from my wrists all the way up through my biceps. It's a shorter range of motion, but it builds endurance and strength at the same time. If you're someone who struggles with weak wrists or grip, this exercise is perfect. And after hammer curls, I moved on to bicep curl negatives. This exercise is all about control. Instead of just lifting the dumbbell up, I focus on the lowering part, slowly bringing the weight down. Why? Because the negative or eccentric movement is where your muscles actually grow the most. It creates deeper tension, which leads to more strength and definition over time. For 30 seconds, I really felt my arms burning here. It looks simple, but when you go slow, every second feels heavy. And that's exactly what we want, quality over speed. This is a great exercise if you want to build solid arms without needing very heavy weights. Just focus on the control, and your biceps will thank you later. Next up, I did double reverse curls. This one feels different from the usual bicep curls because instead of your palms facing up, your palms face down while lifting the dumbbells. It mainly targets the brachialis and forearm muscles, which gives your arms that fuller, stronger look. Many people skip this exercise, but it's actually super important if you want balanced arms. To finish my biceps routine, I did double wide curls. In this variation, instead of keeping the dumbbells close to my body, I opened my arms a little wider and curled up from the sides. This simple change shifts the tension to the outer head of the biceps, which helps create that broader, more defined arm shape. It's not about lifting heavy here. It's about control and keeping your elbows steady. After finishing my biceps, I moved on to triceps, starting with double leaning kickbacks. For this one, I leaned slightly forward, kept my elbows tucked in close to my body, and extended both arms straight back. This movement targets the back of the arms, the area most people call the flabby part. It's one of the best exercises to shape and strengthen the triceps. The key here is to keep the upper arm stable and move only the forearms. I did it for 30 seconds, and by the end, I could really feel that tightness in the back of my arms. The good kind. Now let's move to the single overload press. For this, I grab one dumbbell with both hands, lift it overhead, and slowly lower it behind my head before pressing it back up. This move really targets the long head of the triceps, the part that adds thickness and shape to the back of your arm. What I love about this exercise is that it's simple but effective. You don't need heavy weight. Even with a light dumbbell, if you control the motion, you'll feel an amazing burn. I make sure to keep my elbows tucked in and my core tight, so all the tension stays exactly where it should, on the triceps. When I lower the dumbbell, I feel a deep stretch, and when I push it up, I focus on squeezing at the top. That stretch and squeeze combination is what really makes the difference here. Doing this for just 30 seconds straight feels like enough to challenge the muscles, and it reminds me that consistency beats intensity when you're starting over. Next up, we've got the outward triceps extension. For this exercise, I hold the dumbbells at my sides, bend my elbows, and then push my arms outward and back until they're fully extended. This move is a little different from regular triceps exercises because instead of just pressing up or back, you're pushing outward, which hits the outer head of the triceps. That's the part of your arm that gives it more width and shape when it. Now let's move to the triceps overhead press. For this one, I take a dumbbell with both hands, lift it over my head, and slowly lower it down behind my head. Then, I press it back up until my arms are straight. This exercise is amazing because it targets the long head of the triceps, the biggest part of the muscle that runs along the back of your arm. Building this area really adds thickness and strength to your arms. When I do this, I keep my elbows tight and pointing forward, not flaring out. It's important to go slow on the way down because that's where the muscle really works. To wrap up the triceps workout, I moved into the single kneeling kickback on the ground. For this exercise, I get down on one knee with the other leg forward for balance, keeping my back straight. Then, with a dumbbell in one hand, I bend my arm at a 90 degrees angle and slowly extend it backward until it's fully straight. After that, I bring it back to the starting position with control. This movement directly targets the triceps because the rest of the body stays still while the arm does all the work. The key is to keep the elbow locked close to your body. Don't let it flare out. When you extend and squeeze at the top, you'll feel the back of your arm really firing. Even though it looks like a small move, it builds endurance and strength in the triceps. After 20 to 30 seconds, the burn kicks in, but pushing through that burn is where real progress is made. To wrap up today's workout, I did 50 reps of side fat burn with dumbbells. It really targets the obliques and helps in shaping the waistline. By the last few reps, the burn was real, but that's exactly where the results start to happen. Every single rep adds up. It's not about being perfect today, it's about being consistent every day. Small steps, done daily, create big transformations over time. If my journey inspires you, I'd love for you to like this video, drop a comment to share your progress, and subscribe so we can grow together. And if you want to see more behind-the-scenes content and my personal transformation in detail, check out my Patreon page. The link is in the description. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow with day 5. Let's keep pushing forward.